Mommy, stop. I was filming. Lil Tay be popping. Oh! Have you guys heard that viral meme that's like going up on TikTok with Lil Tay? No?
Mini skirt on, dip my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. Two foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, dip my body
Hello,
in
hello,
glitter.
hello. You are now tuned in to the Little Bit Alive podcast. I'm your host, Kristen, and welcome back to another week. What's up, y'all? Listen, I know it's a little bit awkward because last week's episode, I said that was the last episode for a couple weeks and I was going to take a break because I'm moving, but jokes on both of us because my move-in date got pushed back a week. Yay, Whippy. Oh my God, so great, so exciting. Love, 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 love that. Sarcasm. No, it really pissed me off when the leasing office called me and said that they had to push my move-in date back. But we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that because I have some things to get off my chest about this process and what happened with all of that. But more importantly, we've got to talk about Ariana freaking Grande, okay? I was like, you know what? Since the move-in date is pushed back, F it, we ball. I'm going to do one more episode and then I will for real take a break because we need to talk about this Eternal Sunshine Deluxe, okay? And if you're watching on YouTube, everything in my room is literally empty. Like, I was expecting that I was going to be moving in 2 days. So my podcast corner is packed up. All my filming equipment is packed up. And I'm like, I'm not about to go out of my way to unpack those things just to use them for one more episode, right? So thankfully, I have my little tripod here that I use for coloring that I hadn't packed up yet, and my little microphone. And I'm like, F it, we ball. We're just going to thug it out, okay? Because I still need to get my thoughts across about everything that's been going on. So let's get into it, especially with this deluxe. It has been honestly the only thing that's been getting me through this treacherous week. You feel me? So before we get into that, if you're watching this episode on YouTube, give this video a like, comment down below to let me know what you think about Ariana Grande's Deluxe, what do you think about the different topics that we're going to discuss today, and subscribe, okay? I'm almost on my road to my first 700 subscribers. We are so freaking close, so I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. We talk about mental health, we talk about pop culture. You won't regret it. It's fun over here. And turn those post notifications on, you feel me? And if you're listening on Spotify and Apple, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Rate that 5 stars. 5 little mama, you a 3-star. Word to Nicki Minaj. And leave a review to let me know what you think about the show. We need some more reviews, guys. Don't you want the gang to grow? Okay, we need more people to learn and hear about the show, and those reviews and those readings really, really help with the exposure for the podcast so we can grow and expand, get more opportunities. So I would really, really appreciate it. When it comes to this Eternal Sunshine Deluxe, guys, I have been extremely gagged. Let me see. I gotta see, like, how many songs in total did she add? I have my iPad here. I'm looking. Hold on, guys. Okay, so we got 6 new songs. And the one that I was so excited for was Intro Into the World. We get an extended version of this song. I repeat, this is not a drill. Intro Into the World is literally, like I've said before, the proper way to do an intro. If you could think of the definition in the dictionary of what is the proper way to do an intro, how do you do a perfect intro for an album? It would say Ariana Grande, Intro Into the World. And you would just use it as the source material and listen to it and be like, okay, this is how you do it. This is how you do an intro. Like, are you kidding me right now? Love, love, love the extended version. And then we've got Twilight Zone as a new song that she added, Warm, Dandelion, Past Life, and Hampstead. Guys, I saw this TikTok that was like POV, Ariana Grande, like legally can't talk about her divorce with Dalton. But then it was like a clip from her on Victorious, and she's like, but they didn't say I couldn't sing. Like, no, because that's really the tea. Like, She is not violating that NDA because she's not saying no names, no face, no case, but she is revealing a lot more about the turmoil that she's gone through with this man. Like, girl, what? The way that he dug her through the dirt, okay? Cheating, lying, moving on first. Like, supposedly, allegedly, he's dating some actress. Like, what is the tea? Like, how is it that you end up with Ariana Mother freaking Grande and that isn't good enough for you? I'm really, really confused about that. So he can rest in heck for all I care, because what is that? You know what I mean? Like, this is the person that she thought she was going to be with for the rest of her life. She's like, this is it. And we all know she's been through the gags. She's been through the mother freaking ringer when it comes to her love life. So she's like, finally, I found my person. And then you act like this? What? Like, no. No. And then the fact that on Hampstead, she's like referring to Point of View from Positions album. Like, before with Positions, that album was like all about her like new love with her new man, with Dalton. I'd love to see me from your point of view. But then in Hampstead, she talks about how she'd rather be seen alive than dying from your point of view. Oh my God, the way that she's able to tie like the story together flawlessly is crazy and impeccable. Like, the artist that she is just unmatched. The way that she's able to flawlessly stack these mother freaking vocals on this album is just crazy. And it was like she already had the regular album on lock when it came to production value and all the vocals like just being so flawless. But it's almost like she was like, no, I'm gonna really put my foot in it when it comes to these deluxe songs, because she goes somehow so much harder with it on these deluxe songs. Like, what? I would say that my favorite is Warm. Like, just even just thinking about, like, I would say kind of like the theme of the song. Like, I'm cool on my own, you know, and I can be good on my own, but at the end of the day, it's warm in your arms, and I would prefer to be there. Don't necessarily need to, but I would like to. Like, everything about it is just so beautiful. Love the beat on that. Dandelion, oh my goodness. Like, that song, I just feel like is just so different for her when it comes to the beat kind of coming in as this like roaring 20s kind of like feel with the beat, and then going in to the like meat and bones of the song. Guys, I just feel like there's just only so much you can say. You know what I mean? When it comes to this deluxe, like 10, 10, 10s across the board. Give me face, 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 yeah. Face card never declines, my God. Word to Beyonce, it's always going to tie back to Renaissance for me when it comes to anybody's ability to execute at this level. 10, 10, 10s across the board. I still haven't watched like the little music video thing that she gave us for all of the songs. I saw like some clips of it with like her looking like she was like old and being able to like look back at all of her memories from when she was a kid and her family. It's like, oh my goodness. Everything that she does is just so well produced and so well put together. There's so much thought and intention that goes behind every single thing that she puts out, and I wasn't disappointed. I was not disappointed with this. So let me know, guys, like, what are your favorite songs? Overall, I would just say Warm, Dandelion, and Past Life. Top 3, right? Twilight Zone, Hampstead, they're good too. But if I had to like go banter band and be like, pick your fighter, do or die, it's gonna be those 3 for me. For real, for real. So Live, Laugh, Love, Ariana Grande. Oh my God. I'm just like really hoping that we get a tour, because I feel like COVID took so much from us when it comes to the Positions album. And I don't understand why there's always so much talk around the Positions album, in my opinion, and why it seems like a lot of people are kind of just saying like they don't love that album, like it wasn't literally like one of her best. I'm so confused, and I'm glad that we got those like live performances that she did for us with positions, and then she also did the same with some of the songs from Eternal Sunshine. But that's cute and all, but we need a tour, Miss Mamas. We need a tour for real. But a part of me thinks like that's not gonna happen anytime soon because she's already like overbooked and overworked and booked and busy, because we still have this Wicked part 2 coming out later this year. So that's gonna be like even more press runs for her with Cynthia, and she's really gonna be busy with that. So I don't know. I feel like after Wicked, then we might get like another album and then a tour. Like, golly, 3 albums and then tour is crazy. It's a crazy time for us to wait. But I will wait for you when it comes to Ariana Grande. For real, for real. W's in the chat, for real. Let me know. Like, what are you guys thinking about this? Because it was amazing. Okay. I also wanted to just kind of like do a brief overview about like other things that have just been going on with my week. I don't want to really make this episode too long because I wasn't planning on doing this episode. This was literally just a last minute thing. And yeah, I just figured that like since I'm not actually moving, I may as well give you guys an episode and then take the break when I actually have my moving date. But yeah, so originally I was scheduled to move on April 4th. So today's date is April 2nd. And I got the call yesterday from the leasing office on April 1st. So that kind of just pisses me off because it's like, I'm supposed to be moving on April 4th, right? And then you call me on April 1st and say, oops, they're not ready. They're running behind with, the renovations and the cleanup on the unit. So unfortunately, you're going to have to move on the 11th. You call me 3 days before moving and tell me that you're moving my move-in date to a week later. Then on top of that, when they called, like I said, it was April 1st. I'm thinking this is going to be a sick April Fool's joke, right? Like, I ain't got an Emmy, child, for you to be out here playing with me. Like, please tell me this is a joke. Please. Like, I'm a boss. Like, no, please, chill. Like, this has got to be a sick joke, right? I just don't feel like that is professional. Like, then I think what, like, makes me even more mad about the situation is the fact that when I originally talked to them, like, 2 weeks ago and was trying to, like, follow up on, like, a couple details that I was kind of confused about, she was like, yeah, so you can move in on April 11th. And I'm like, no, you told me April 4th. And she was like, oh, yeah, okay, that'll work. And then 2 weeks later, you move it to the 11th anyway. If the 11th or the 4th, if the 4th didn't work for you, then why didn't you just say something then when I corrected you? You know what I mean? So it kind of just goes back to like now me being pissed off even more, because if that was the gag when I told you, no, you said the 4th, but then you said the 11th and you're like, no, okay, the 4th works. And then you still change it to the 11th anyway, last minute, then you should have just said the 11th from the jump. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's just understandably a frustrating situation to be in when you are expecting to be moving on one day and then they change it to another day on such short notice, 72-hour notice. And what makes me even more mad about the situation on top of that, I feel like I'm being like, what makes me even more mad, but like, no, it's layers of anger. It's layers of motherfucking anger stacked on this situation, because on top of that, I had everything already scheduled out, right? The move-in was supposed to be in 72 hours, babes, the day that they're calling me. So I already have, like I said, my entire office, because the room that I film in is also my office. You guys know I'm a coder. I work from home. So I have my desk in here, my work stuff, and then I also have my creative stuff in here as well, my podcasting and coloring and all that crap. So everything is already taken down and packed up. All of my clothes, my entire closet is already packed up. Everything basically was packed up except for the kitchen. Okay? And then on top of that, I had already called the movers because I don't know if I told you guys, I am moving in the same apartment complex, but just to an upgraded unit. I wanted a renovated unit. So I found out that the unit that I'm going to be moving into is next door. So it takes a little bit to like get over there because there's like a field of grass in between and then the building is there. But I still needed movers because who wants to haul this big mattress by myself? I physically can barely move my mattress. Even when like me and my boyfriend are trying to move it on our own, it's way too freaking heavy. I've also got a TV stand, a couch, and some other things that I need like junk removal for that I'm not even bringing with me to the new space. Because with my new space, I really want to upgrade it, okay? We're getting a new upgraded unit, so I want new things, a new aesthetic, a new vibe. I ordered a new desk, right? I also ordered a new chair, which by the way, oh my gosh, guys, the new desk that I have, I cannot wait to show you guys because it's a 2-person desk. And that way I can be able to have like finally a proper space for all of my coloring stuff. So one side of the desk will be for work and then the other side of the desk will be like my coloring setup. So all of that arrived in the mail. So the big box for my desk and my new office chair are sitting by the front door. I need the movers to move that. So I already had the movers scheduled because they're telling me you're going to move Friday, April 4th at 10 a.m. So the movers were scheduled to come help me move after 10 a.m. And I'd already paid the deposit for the movers, right? Then on top of that, you got to think about mail forwarding. I have to contact the U.S. Postal Service, right? The post office. And I let them know, hey, I'm moving on April 4th. So as of April 4th, my boyfriend and I need our mail to be forwarded to this new address. My Wi-Fi, I needed to schedule an appointment for the Wi-Fi, a technician to come out to my new apartment on the 4th. I think they were scheduled to come around like 5 p.m. later that evening so they can set up my Wi-Fi. Yes, I could probably set up the Wi-Fi on my own, but I decided to have a technician come out and do it for me because why not? And two, when I moved here and I tried to set it up on my own, it wasn't working. So I'm like, and we ended up having to get a technician to come out anyways. So since I work from home, and I'm moving on a Friday and then I have to work on that, following Monday, I'm like, I don't have time for any games. Like, let me just have the technician come out. Then I also had my gas and electric, right? You have to set that up. So I had to contact them and have them stop my service with gas and electric on the 4th and then start it on the 4th at the new unit. So all of these things, and on top of that, I also had to get a confirmation number from them and provide it to the leasing office. All of these things were already scheduled and ready to happen on the 4th. And then 72 hours before, you want to mother freaking call me and tell me that you're moving all of this to the 11th? So just now before I filmed this episode, I had to call all of these people, me and my boyfriend, and reschedule it all. I didn't even end up talking to the post office. I'm like, F it. It's only a week. If my mail within that week goes to the new mailbox, whatever. I'll get it when I get the new key next Friday. Like, I can't because I couldn't even figure out how to do that. And I don't feel like going to the post office and changing it anyways. And then on top of that, I end up emailing my leasing office and I asked them, like, okay, is there any way that I can be able to be compensated for this inconvenience because I had to reschedule this, and that, and the other because you changed my move-in date on such short notice? And I also let them know, like, I need to know, like, what the new amount due is for the apartment, because then they have to, like, recalculate the amount that's due for, move in, because now I'm going to be staying in my apartment for 11 days rather than 4 days. And it's this whole thing. And then they only replied to that part with the new amount due. They didn't even acknowledge anything else, being like, sorry, we apologize. No, we can't, give you any compensation or anything like that. I'm like, right. Go ahead and ignore half of the email. So yeah, guess I won't be getting any compensation from this ghetto establishment for them inconveniencing my whole life. Whatever, bruh. Like, this is just seriously so frustrating, and it really just messed up my entire day yesterday because I already just like don't really do good with change. So mentally, I have not really been that well, the past few weeks, like preparing for all of this, and like the mental load that it really takes and the task paralysis that's associated with the ADHD of it all, with having to manage all of the things that need to be done with the move. So I'm already kind of like, don't have much to give mentally. And then they throw this on me. And it's like, yeah, it may seem, I guess, like small, like a small inconvenience. But it was kind of just like, it felt like an atomic bomb had dropped on me. And I'm like, oh, that's just great. Now I got to reschedule all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And it was just like, it was not it. And thankfully I had therapy yesterday evening, because I'm like, girl, I got to talk about this. And my therapist was just like, yeah, like, that's extremely whack and unprofessional of them to like move your move-in date on such short notice, see if you can be able to get like compensated or something, for the inconvenience. And of course, I guess I can't, because they didn't reply to that part of the email. They just totally ignored that part. So I'm sure she'll be happy to hear about that. But yeah, it's been miserable. It's been absolutely horrid. Hey. Yeah, but so that's that. So I'm hoping that once the 11th comes, I will actually be able to move this time. Like, dealing with people like this, it just feels like, is it going to ever even happen? Are we going to get to the 11th and they're going to move it again? I don't know. I don't know. So I'll try to keep you guys posted, but I just had to kind of like vent and give you guys an update on what was going on with that, and like why I was like, okay, well, since I'm not moving when I thought I was, I may as well just do an episode and let you guys know my turmoil. So let me know in the comments on YouTube or Spotify, like, have you ever been through an inconvenience like this? Like, what's the tea? Is it just me or what? Like, make some noise, y'all. Where's the sexy red? So yeah, but another good thing, besides that's been going on this week, is since I had the moving turmoil, we had Ariana Grande. That's been keeping me sane. So I'm like, okay, great. And we've also had Sonic. Guys, we need to talk about mother freaking Sonic. Honestly, Sonic is turned up. Like, we used to have a Sonic that was close to me, and then they closed it and changed it to a Chick-fil-A. So now the nearest Sonic is like maybe like, I don't know, a little bit less than 20 minutes away from me. And me and my boyfriend decided to hit it up because we're like, we ain't had Sonic in forever. Let's go and see about it. And when I tell you, my life has been changed because of that Sonic double smasher burger. Bruh. First thing you should know about me is I love a smasher burger. Something about a smashed beef patty with that slightly crispy edge just unlocks a different type of demon inside of me. Okay? I'm gonna go a hammer bammer on a smash burger, and that's just on period. Okay? So I just really, really wanted to put you guys on. If you have a Sonic near you, trust me, that Sonic Smasher burger, they got a double, right? And they have a triple. So what I do is, I haven't tried the Smasher sauce. It comes with the Smasher sauce. I don't necessarily trust the Smasher sauce because when it comes to burgers, I'm a ketchup and mustard gal. I don't need a special sauce on my burger. I just want to taste that fresh beef taste with a hint of ketchup and musty, right? And I'll be Gucci. So I get the number one double smasher burger combo, right? You could choose fries or tots. I prefer the groovy fries, large. And then I get no smasher sauce and no cheese because you guys know I don't like cheese. Okay? And then it basically is a potato bun, the double smasher patties, and then you got the ketchup, mustard, diced onion, pickle. That mother freaking pickle hits every single time. Why is Sonic's pickles so good like that? Like I didn't know. And then let's talk about the drinks, right? I just wasn't on game when it came to all of the drinks that Sonic has. Their drink options just seem like they don't have any limit. But somehow I end up I keep getting the same thing. I get a large lemonade slush and I get the blood orange flavor added in it. And oh my God, what happened to Virgil? Like, this is making me want to get it right after I finish filming this because I haven't even eaten dinner yet. Guys, Smasher burger, groovy fries with a large lemonade slushy, add blood orange is gonna do me right every single time, bro. Don't play with it. So that's been one of my favorite things of this week, for sure. Also, I really went back to my roots and I've been trying to see what Rally's is talking about, for real. You know, those Rally's fries are gonna hit every single time. And I'm like, let me see what's popping 10 with this Big Buford. And guys, the Big Buford eats. I'm not even gonna cap. So yeah, that's really just been giving me life because I haven't really been cooking that much because, you know, I want to replace half of the stuff that I have in my kitchen. So I threw away a lot of my utensils that were just chopped and fried. My one pan was so done for. I also need to get a new meatloaf tray. I think I got that Rachel Ray meatloaf tray where you can lift the loaf of meat out of the tray. Clutch. But she's so done for. And then for some reason I also got a big Rachel Ray pot and pan set, and the color on the outside of them have stripped really badly. So a lot of my stuff I'm you know what, no, I need to get some new cute stuff. So I haven't even really been able to cook for real because half of my stuff I threw away thinking I was going to be moving on the 4th. Whatever. That's pretty much just what's been going on with me this week. Really just leaning into comfort foods, and then once we get back into the new place, hopefully, then I will start cooking a little bit more. I'm really trying to just get back on my things, you know what I'm saying? Get back, eating a little bit healthier. I'm tired of feeling so bloated, guys. For real. Unfortunately, they are telling the truth. When you take your meds, you take your supplements, you get good sleep, you move your body, and you eat a little bit better, you do feel better. Right? Who knew? Who freaking knew? So I'm really about to lock in for real, in all aspects with this new place. New vibes, new aesthetics, new things, new health. We're just ready to turn up. I just gotta get to the place, right? I gotta get to the place first, if they'll freaking let me. Also, for those who didn't see where I posted on my YouTube community page, this week I was a guest on the No Ma'am podcast, If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure you guys check that out. I had so much fun with those two. They are so fun. They're really lit. They're so kind. They're so sweet. And we really got to kiki and talk about last week's episode of Drag Race. Because if you don't know, the No Man podcast, I can't talk today. They basically talk about Drag Race, and they're based in New York as well. So that's really cool. I love being able to just connect with different people from different states and even different countries. So it was really, really great. We had so much fun. And you guys know that I love Drag Race. I did an episode a couple episodes back where I talked about episode 1, I think it was, and the Meet the Queens for this season. And I kind of wanted to like keep making episodes and like keep talking about the season as it progressed, but I just ended up getting too lazy, because there's just so much that goes into Drag Race, like every week with the looks and the judges' critiques and all that kind of stuff, that I'm just like, I can't do it. But you guys know I do watch every week with my sister and my mom. It's always like a family affair. We have fun, we get dinner, and we just kiki and watch Drag Race all together. And I go over to my mom's house every single Friday and we get into it. So it was really exciting knowing that I was going to be on the No Man podcast this week. So when I was watching Drag Race, my sister was also really excited because she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you to be on this podcast. So then I was able to like watch the episode a little bit differently and take notes, because I knew I was going to have to share my thoughts on the pod to talk about it. So make sure you guys go check that out. It's on my community page on YouTube, like I said, and I will try to remember to link it in the description as well so you guys can listen to it. So really be sure to show love to them. Again, thank you so much for having me on. And yeah, that's about all I got for this week. Not too much going on, but just wanted to update you guys with everything that was happening. And I'm hoping that this will for real be the last episode, and then I will take a break because I'm moving next Friday. So fingers crossed, guys. Like, well wishes and W's in the chat for real for me. Like, send me some good energy, and let's just hope that I can this can really happen, okay? Because I'm starting to get a little scared, for real. But if everything goes according to plan, this will be the last episode for a couple of weeks. And then I will come back refreshed in the new space, for real this time. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. But yeah, so like I said before, while I'm on break, you guys can still keep up with me and see what's going on my Instagram. I always post on my stories, even when I'm on break, at A Little Bit A Lot Podcast. Sometimes I post TikToks as well when I'm on break over on there at A Little Bit A Lot Podcast. And I said before, I won't be taking a break from my coloring content though. So you can still check me out over there at Coloring with Kristen on YouTube. Was it? I can't even think of the freaking platforms. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram at Coloring with Kristen. So thanks so much for being here and supporting me, guys. I really, really appreciate it. I've really been feeling all the love lately, and let's just keep this good thing going. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe so I can get to 700 subscribers. Rate that 5 stars and leave a review on Apple and Spotify. And with that, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Cause I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya.